Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another monthly unboxing. Yes, I'm aware that it is a little late, but there were some technical difficulties, so sorry about that. As you can see from the thumbnail, these are not getting any smaller, and I've decided to embrace that. So welcome to my monthly therapy session. Let's get into the giant stack of books. The first books I'm going to talk about are signed books without any subscriptions. Not everyone either wants subscriptions they have to worry about every month, or maybe you're stuck on some of these really long waiting lists, in which case, I'm sorry. So, this is a fun bookstore that I found, the Lark Owl Booksellers, and you can find these for most authors. This one in particular is from Abigail Owen. This is The Games Gods Play. This looks like the typical Red Tower edition. We love it. It's beautiful. Red Tower always has lovely editions, right? This is that book, by the way, with the like modern updated take on the gods of Olympus. We've got them hanging out every 100 years. They pick their little like tributes or whatever. And this girl, for some reason, she doesn't know why, neither do we. Hades is like, hey, you're gonna be my little mortal tribute to play in these super fun deadly games for me as my super fun little champion to determine whether or not I get to sit on the throne. Don't they do, isn't this beautiful? Look at this artwork. These are the standard copies, by the way, same front and back. To be the throne of all the gods. I guess this is not like guaranteed for Zeus anymore. We're very sorry for you, Zeus. Of course, in this, by the way, our girl is noticing that Hades, yes, dark and brooding, but dark and brooding. Gorgeous, handsome, seductive, mysterious. She doesn't know she's pawn, bait, or something entirely else to Hades. I'm guessing all of the above, girl. We all know how this goes. And of course, Hades is playing by his own rules and is determined to win at any cost. The reason I mentioned Lark Owl Booksellers, however, is that if you pre-order anything written by Abigail Owens, she will personally sign the book to you, which I think is pretty cool for no extra cost aside from shipping. So I guess that's where you're technically paying a little extra. But I thought that was pretty neat. It also came with a cute little matching bookmark that I don't think you could get anywhere else. Another option is to order directly from author websites, and some authors really put their heart and soul into their editions of books. This is just the standard hardback edition of Tessonja Odette's A Rivalry of Hearts. This is the first in the Favelings and Corset Strings series, which I am just obsessed with the idea of this. This particular one is about two writers who are competing for this prestigious writing contract, and the way they decide to do it is to have a competition to see who can be the bigger heartbreaker, so to speak. You know what I mean. Get more people in bed, okay? Look how gorgeous this naked hardback is, right? Now, well, this shouldn't be a problem, since our main girl here, famous romance writer known for her smut scene, girl behind the scenes, a little shy, super inexperienced, going up against a fae who, can seduce the pants off literally anyone. Of course, what do we think is gonna happen between these two? I'll let you figure it out. Yeah, really excited. But when she sends it to you, it's signed. Did it take a little extra time? Yes. Did I again have to pay shipping? Yes. Did I think it was worth it? Yes. And if you're like, okay, fine, those are just signed editions, good for you. Let's talk other options. For example, the broken binding. Pretty sure I am never getting on their list. Can you even be on their list if you live in the United States, or are they like the Locked Library who breaks my heart monthly when I check to see if I can subscribe to them? They send books to you wrapped up like little presents. Allow me to show you. But occasionally they will have overstock sales. So keep your eye out looking for these, and anyone can buy from them at any time then, which is lovely. And here are two of the editions that I picked up at their most recent sale. First one, I'm super intimidated for this book, guys. This feels like real fantasy, but I read Brandon Sanderson and love him. And I felt like the last Arthurian legend retelling I read, I felt was too YA, so like, okay. Anyway, please meet The Bright Sword by Lev Grossman. He is the author of The Magicians, which I'm now remembering that I couldn't watch because I thought it was too violent when I tried to watch the show with my husband. And this book is giant. I'm hoping this will work for me because I do love Arthurian legend, and this is going to be my like segue into heavier fantasy. Like, I was in 4th grade, 9 years old, man, when I first tried to read A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. Do you know how big that thing is? I didn't get through it. Let's not give young Kristen too much credit, but look how beautiful this is. This is a slightly unique take. This is after, I think it's called Clan Mai, right? The big final battle of Camelot. So this is about a guy who shows up wanting to be a knight a little too late. It's after Clan Mai. It's already happened. And Arthur Yeah, he died. He did not make it. And in fact, most of the knights didn't make it. The only ones that are left are like the goofballs, the funny ones, the ones who probably like got left behind at the castle to like make dinner for when everyone, well, did not get home. So he shows up, he's like, I want to be a knight. They're like, it's too late, it's too bad. You missed everything, Arthur's dead. He's like, what? No, this is not okay with me. Nemiu's there, she's the one who buried Merlin, if anyone remembers. No. And then all of a sudden, we've got Morgan Le Fay showing up. Turns out, when Arthur died, you know all those like ley lines we always hear about? Yeah, so Arthur dying ruined the balance of the whole entire world. The ley lines aren't really working. Monsters are seeping out of them. Morgan Le Fay is gathering up all the monsters, leading them in this rebellion to take over the world, and the only thing that could possibly stop them is this ragtag band of sort of Knights of the Round Table who are left. And they need to find Excalibur and figure out why the king who should have never died. We wish them all so much luck. Oh, I opened right to a page that says Battlefield and Tournament. It's gonna go great for me. But it is signed. The other one I got from the Broken Binding is Running Close to the Wind, Magic, Monsters, and Mayhem on the High Seas by Alexandra Rowland. I got her first book that takes place in the world, A Taste of Gold and Iron, from Bookish Box. I think it was last year, 2 years ago. I loved it, and I'm pretty sure at this point they're just not doing the sequel, or I've missed it entirely. It's one of the two. So I saw this and I was like, this is so pretty. Look at the edges. So this takes place in the exact same world as that book. We've got a guy who worked in the courts of the Erosti Ministry of Intelligence named Aurora, and he accidentally sort of stole the most expensive secret in the whole entire world, and now was like, you know what? I'm gonna retire early. The only problem is he can't really fence this, so he goes to his ex, who happens to be, and I love this for him, a pirate. So these two decide they're going to set sail. The only problem is that also on this ship is the new Erosti ambassador, Brother Julian. I don't really know if they have like vows of chastity. We're hoping not, based on scenes in the last book. Just saying. Okay. He's gorgeous. He's got secrets of his own. They're all setting sail right dead smack in the middle of sea serpent breeding season, which I think is just going to add to the joy we're experiencing overall here. And it is signed. It is signed. I do love this. If they survive this super fun high seas adventure, they're not just gonna be super rich, they're gonna be freaking legends. And probably not exes anymore. Another great option is Unplugged book box. Now, they occasionally have random books that they do. They occasionally have themed boxes that they do for seasons, holidays. They also have different themed boxes with like girls' night, relaxation box, that kind of thing. They all come with beautiful books. And when I saw this book, despite already having a copy of it, I just full on could not resist because I had to have these sprayed edges on my shelf. And anyone can buy these. They usually have pre-orders that go for quite a while. This is not a subscription box by any means, so here is another option for you. This particular book, they did another printing of. It was so popular, and I was very excited to see this because I saw someone post about this book and I was like, oh my God. This is Rise of the Cinder Fae by Whitney Dean. Yes, Moonlight did this already. Yes, their artwork was absolutely exquisite, but are we seeing the fall vibes? We know I'm a fall girly. You ready for the sprayed edges? All right, we'll start with the top. We'll go down to the, and now you understand why I had to have this copy of this book. And oh, here's exactly what I was talking about. We've got a Romantasy and self-care treat yourself book. We've got a limited edition advent calendar. You can do 8 days or 3 days. They do all kinds of fun themed boxes. So if that sounds more like your thing, maybe check out Unplugged book box. This is about Aurora, and she lives in Ashbury, but she has spent years resenting the royals of Pumpkin Hollow. Hello, fall book. Hello. I'm so glad you're here, along with the nice cool months where everything makes sense. Apparently, unfortunately, the royals there kind of suck and force the fall of Ashbury, and now they're sort of treated like this orphan kingdom and are separated by a glass bridge. See the Cinderella thing? Yeah, it's a Cinderella retelling, in case I didn't mention that. King Jasper's the only thing that is kind of preventing them from total ruin, keeping people from like searching their land from the magic that's there, and the Cinder Fae are the only thing that are keeping everyone from freezing to death, because apparently they're the only ones who can like mine the mountains and find coal. I can't explain that to you. I don't really understand it either. But they are harboring some secret about why they suddenly showed up, why they cannot return to their homeland, and Aurora knows it. She wants to protect it, she wants to protect them, and she decides the best thing she can do is drink from this magic spring and go make the Prince of Pumpkin Hollow fall in love with her. So he too wants to protect the Fae. Of course, all magic has the catch, and in this case, the catch is probably her heart. I'm so excited to read this. However, I will say, like, yes, I love the cover. Yes, I love the sprayed edges, but the artwork, and this is pretty, but like the artwork does not come remotely close to Moonlight Bookbox. But I'm excited to have it anyway. And what I do love is how they did this. So we've got Fitty and the Prince, Aurora the Little Doe, Arena the Free Spirit. And I'm concerned about this. Major the traitor, the horse is the villain. Like, can we talk about this? Because I'm not happy about this scenario. Why is the horse the traitor? I have questions, but now I'm more curious than ever and more excited than ever to read this book. Another incredible option is Owlcrate. Owlcrate is phenomenal. They do monthly book boxes, and you can buy from them every single month. Look how fancy this is, y'all. Here is what was in that cute little envelope. Oh, we get a little like mini print, like saying what the book is, and 2 art prints. Their name in the back for people who absolutely 100% forget what they ordered. Yeah, no, like me. This is also, funnily enough, from Tessonja Odette. This is A Throne of Shadows, and this is about Cora, who is wanted for murder she did not commit. Totally unfair. We don't blame her for being a tiny bit upset. She's hiding out in the woods in this kingdom, and basically she's out there honing her magic skills and also taking care of and rescuing and saving magical wildlife. That's her thing. And also planning vengeance, because it's always vengeance with these people. Why is it always vengeance? We can't get through a summary without revenge or vengeance. So for the last one, which was seduction, we like seduction better. Oh, no, here comes the seduction, I think. We also have Prince Terran, and his kingdom is about to go bankrupt. And there's a big, like, bounty on Cora's head, so he's like, hey, perfect. I'm gonna lure her into a false sense of security. Now I see the allure. By helping her save a few magical creatures, gain her trust, and then hand her over to the king. Men. Of course, Cora's not a total idiot. She kind of is aware of who he is. She kind of is aware of what's going on, and she has some plans of her own. Don't count Cora out just yet. Of course, the closer they get, the more they desire each other, the harder their tasks become. And it's not just their budding attraction that is sort of kind of a problem. Apparently there's this whole like giant secret war coming, like the whole ancient feud trope. We love that so much. And now they're gonna have to like work together. The, you know, whole world's gonna crumble around them. Love to see it. We also love to see a good knife against the throat scene. I'm sorry if you don't. I do. Oh, same back and front. Is this sign? We get a letter. Okay. Pretty letter. Okay. And I think there's a book plate that I just dropped and now can't find somewhere in my skirt. And maybe one of the most famous options if you don't want to sign up for a subscription box is Midnight Whispers, and they do incredible books. And they have such a pretty box, which is all the way over there. And I am so excited to have received this. We are finally getting books 3 and 4 from the Miss King series. I was so afraid they weren't gonna finish the series, and I love these editions so much. Let me show you the first 2 because I love you. I went and got them off my giant shelves. Miss King series by Jenna Wolfhart. This is what the first book looks like, and they have these really cool clear sleeves. They're very distinctive. This was the first book company that I saw do this. I think they do beautiful work. The cover, lovely. The inside art, lovely. If you are curious what this book is about, the second book is called Of Ash and Embers. This is about a girl, Tessa, who gets stuck catching some gems from this very vicious, cruel king, and her punishment is that she has to leave her world behind and go into the Fae world where humans are not allowed and become his bride. Why he doesn't just want a Fae bride, don't ask me. If humans aren't allowed there, this is very confusing to me, but that's the story so far. Unfortunately, he terrorizes her, humiliates her, and threatens those she loves. Based on that last sentence, I'm guessing the first 2 are not in the fun BDSM way, so we are not loving King Oberon, which is a shame. Because, you know, I am a fan of Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream. I guess the King of Fae here kind of sucks. Thankfully, there is the Mist King. Sort of. See, when she escapes, she goes outside. Outside of the city, there is the mist, and there is the Mist King. Things lurking in the mist are terrifying, dangerous, lethal. And so is the Mist King, who is also the one who trapped the humans, her people, under the reign of King Oberon in the first place. Yeah, this sounds like it's gonna go great for everyone, doesn't it? So he decides to take her captive. Why does she have wings? Okay, apparently our girl turns into an angel or gets a suit with angel wings in book 3. Spoilers. Look how beautiful. Oh, I love the blue. This is... These are the new ones, so they're getting a little more attention. Oh, pretty. Stormy, but pretty. Who wants to read a book here with me? Everyone does. Trick question. Nope! Christ, no. But no. Are scorpions that terrifying when they're that big? Someone from someplace hot, tell me, is that really what they look like? Absolutely not. This is why we don't live in a desert. Where was I? Anyone remember the plot of this book? I've lost the plot. Oh, right. Mist beyond the kingdom. Dangerous, ruthless, terrifying, mesmerizing. So is he. Blah, blah, blah. And Tessa has to fight her growing desire and make a choice. What is the choice? I don't know. Go back to Evil King or stay with Mist King. Given that the series is called The Mist King, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume is wow. Oh, we're going out with a bang. Pretty. If Dustin Stars is so pretty. We're all guessing she stays with the Mist King. Oh, pretty. And I love these. This is the first company that I saw do these. And so how it works with Midnight Whispers is, so pretty, right? Oh, these are also, I'm doing terrible. I forgot they also do the cool extra illustration thing for the tip-in page. I am so sorry, Midnight Whispers. I was doing you dirty there. And they also do the start of every chapter, has a little illustration. That is so pretty. I don't want to meet that either. He looks slightly less terrifying and cranky than the first one. You know, he could be friendly. I'm not going to judge. He could be I'm making judgments on the last scorpion thing. I'm sorry. Love that color scheme. So pretty. But how it works with Midnight Whispers is you check the first of the month. They will give you a little hint of what the book is. Usually someone will guess what it is. My recommendation is to follow the Autumn Book Reads on Instagram. She magically knows every single book when it's announced. This is what they look like together, and I'm not smart enough to reverse them, so this is what they look like in order. If you don't want to do that and you just want to go based on description, great, you're done. Buy it on day 1. That's usually what I do. Day 10, they will announce the series and the author, but it might be sold out by then. You're better off checking or buying on day 1 if you really think you're going to want it. And then you'll have first dibs on the rest of the series if you've already bought the first books. Also, all of these companies will do scratch and dent sales at later dates that they will announce. So if you are really sad you missed something, keep an eye out. You might be able to get a scratched or dented book, and usually the damage is pretty minimal. Finally, another one that is worth checking out if you are looking to try out a book club is books that often have extras that you can get really easily. Owlcrate sometimes, believe it or not. Page and Wick. You have to be on a wait list for Owlcrate, but they'll send waitlist members first dibs if they have extras, because they always print extras in case books get damaged. But another great option is what I'm going to show you now. Butterfly Book Club. So this is one that I just pre-ordered. Didn't have to do anything special. I just saw it and was like, it's pretty. I want it. Was it stupidly expensive for conversion rates and shipping? God, yes it was. Did it come wrapped in this? I hate this. I can't touch this stuff without freaking out. Yes, but this is so pretty. This is from the UK. This is called Butterfly Bookshop. And this is an anthology of 3 short-ish stories. I'm going to call them novellas. It's The Monsters and Beauties, the complete collection by Jenica Snow. She did 3 new little interpretations. I think they're supposed to be really smutty too. Beauty and the Beast, Goldilocks, and the 3 Bears, which you don't really see. And my favorite, Little Red Riding Hood. And they are called The Beast, The Hunter, and Primal. Are we getting there we go. Look how beautiful this is. Tell me that's not absolutely stunning. It has the metallic corners, which I love this detail. Not enough companies take the time to do this. When Bookish Box did this for a 4th wing, I was just like, okay, Bookish Box, you are entering your golden era. Here are the sprayed edges. Once Upon a Time. Love that. And they do put their little logo down there. There we go. Bottoms are but they're well done black. You know how so often you get the scrape ones? Look how beautiful this is. I'm not going to go through and explain her little takes on each story because I personally want to be surprised. And there's 3 full stories in here, so they're not going to be that long. Same in the back, and it is signed. So I am really excited. The only thing that weirds me out is how light this is. You know how the Bookish Box ones and all those they're really heavy? This feels much more like Fairyloot or Illumicrate, maybe even lighter. Like it's weirdly light. This is what their regular box looks like. Here's the little sneak deal on this. You sign up the month before, you're almost guaranteed to get in for the following month. If not the following month, you will get in the month after that. Their wait list is so teeny tiny. The problem with this book club is that there are no skips. You have to email them to cancel if you want to skip. So that's what I did immediately after this book, which is super annoying. However, they're really nice about it. There is that, but like, who's heard of a book club that has no skips? However, you get in right away. So I guess the bonus of having a book club with no skips, there's always spots for the next month. So the thing about this one is there are reading challenges. There's a Discord, and if you actually do them, you can enter to win a prize each week. Okay, you get a cute bookmark. See, I don't know why this book is not Romantasy, which is why I now own it. This is The Alpha's Burden by Luna Lark, which to me is Romantasy? No, it's a shifter romance series featuring rejected mates. I don't usually love rejected mates, but I decided I was going to give this a try. Here's a little letter from the author and artwork you get with it. She's the broken wolf of the pack, and he's the alpha who rejected her as his fated mate. I kind of hate that. So the thing with this one is it's actually a book club. Here's their signed book plate. This is an intense book club. Prompt 1. What do you think he means by this? Is there something we don't know about? And there's a quote at the bottom. Like, there's reading prompts to answer for their read-along discussions. I don't know if this is the kind of book I feel the need to have a book club with. Rejecting Fate series, Alpha's Burden by Luna Lark. This is pretty though. With shipping though, these are pretty ouch. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's pretty though. Like, this is the perfect like time of year to read this too. Like, look at that, all foresty and the wolves, and okay, maybe it's more springy with the watering cans. I kill all plants. It's fine for fall. They're all gonna die. Is the art gonna be the same in the back or different? The same. Sad. Oh, right, and it's not signed. Oh, but they did do something nice, which is bind in the summary, which is appreciated. So, okay, apparently here's the deal. All this girl ever wanted was to be bonded to Cade, and then her dad decided to challenge his dad, which is like the biggest no-no in wolf world. We all know this at this point. Don't challenge the alpha. Don't challenge the freaking alpha. But what did her dad do? He challenged the alpha. She would have been an outcast already, and then it turns out she can't shift. It's one of those two. Double whammy, yay. So she's an outcast. She's broken. No one wants a useless mate. Caden rules it with an iron paw, and he is super unhappy with her, and then their bond awakens. Yay. So all of a sudden he's looking at her instead of with hate and disgust, with lust and desire, and they almost succumb to that bonding claim. But enemies do not belong together, and then he rejects her in front of their entire freaking pack. Like, everyone. Like, wow, do you know how much groveling it would take for this man to get me back? Like, are you aware? There better be so much groveling. I do enjoy groveling. I don't enjoy bully romance. Why did I buy this book? The pretty cover. It said alpha. You say alpha. I'm like, yes, give me more. It's a problem. She's like, I'll get over him a second time. It's fine. My heart is shattered. I am super depressed and miserable. And oh, wait, why is he going absolutely feral every time another man comes near me if he doesn't want me? I know. Ooh. Pick me. I know this answer. Just wait. Make him grovel for it. Don't just have the hot scene. Or you can have the hot scene and then make him grovel. Am I okay with that? I think I'm okay with that. Hot scene, grovel, hot scene. Hot scene sandwich. Let's move on to some pre-orders that are from book boxes. Oh. Right. Okay. I am so excited for this. So this was an add-on. It's a Maple Hills world, and we're just living in it. I wouldn't have agreed with this if I'd only just read the first book in this series, but I just finished the second book in this series. Icebreaker's the first one, and then it's Wildfire by Hannah Grace, and I enjoyed the second one so much more. I thought Hannah Grace really came into herself, and I enjoyed it so much. I don't know if it was quite 5 stars, but now I'm totally psyched to read the 3rd book in this series called Daydream by Hannah Grace. It comes with the usual like book review thingies, and then we get our bookmark which says daydreaming about books. It's so cute. Our tabs and our like 5 little probably smut stickers. And oh, look at this cover. It's so cute. Oh, I love it so much. I know they're just like little paperbacks, but like reading them feels right for the stories. It feels comforting. It feels good. It was part of the wildfire experience for me. That sounds really dumb, but it was. There we go. It's signed. So these all take place on a college campus. Well, the second place took place over a summer break, so it was 2 people who were not supposed to be working at like a summer camp together. Daydream is they're back on college campus. This is about a guy named Henry who's in his junior year, and he's like in this really hard English class, and he cannot do poorly because he's now captain of the ever famous hockey team. They're all hockey players. That's how the books like link up. Are they all in the same fraternity? They all live in the same house, okay? They all live in the same house. They're all best friends, the boys. And he needs help. So who better to ask than this English nerd girl when he accidentally crashes her book club, and she's like, I'm super busy, but you're also super hot, so okay. And do you know what she needs help with? She's writing a romance book, but you know what she doesn't have a ton of experience with? We heard about a trope about this earlier. I'm talking to you, Tessonja, Odette, and your fave flings and corset strings. So Henry's like, hey, I can help you with that. I just can't like get emotionally involved and have those distractions. And she's like, well, me neither. I have a job. Like, I think she works in the library or a bookstore. But she is like super academic, has really hard classes, is like acing them all. She's writing her book. She's like, I don't have time for that either, but I need the experience. So I'll tutor you, you tutor me, and we'll be fine. They will not be fine. They're totally catching the feels, and I look forward to watching that in Daydream, and it's the perfect time of year to read this. If you are back on campus, by the way, enjoying the magical readathon, happy Aurelium. I hope your semester's going well. I am crashing and burning slowly but trying so hard because I also decided to start reading arcs from NetGalley this month, which I didn't include in my TBR, which is stupid. Don't be like me and be stupid. Get a tutor. I also finally got my copy of When the Moon Hatched, which is bent. I only waited for this forever, and it took me 2 hours in the old godforsaken system. Is everyone else having a way better time getting books from Fairyloot? It's fixed, right? It's better now. Fairyloot, good job. But Sarah A. Parker, I do have the Waterstones one, but wow. Is that a crown hanging off of a moon that is a dragon? Do I know anything about this book? I've talked about it like 14 times. I want that to be my logo. Make that my logo. Aurora Borealis with what happens in this book. I mean, that's so pretty. That's so pretty. Just plain on the, okay. This is about Rave. Rave is spelled like Maeve, but with an R, so I'm calling her Rave. Even if it's incorrect, you can't yell it to me. I mean, you can leave a comment. Good luck breaking out your phonetic alphabet to do so, but by all means, have fun. Chase death, Moonbeam, and I pray your bloodlust brings you the same sense of peace I feel just knowing you exist. That took a turn. Okay. So anyway, Miss Raven. That's so Raven. It's the future. No, that's the wrong tune. So mysterious to me. I'm sorry, Ben. I'm so sorry. Please cut that out. So, Rave, Assassin's Rebellion. It's her job to never get caught, as I assume it is for most assassins. Anyway, she gets caught, gets captured by the Guild of Nobles, a group of powerful fae. Things are bad for Rave. Meanwhile, over here, we've got this dragon rider, Khan Vager. They love the AE thing. It's in his last name, too. We're just going with Khan over here. He is crushed, okay, by the loss of the love of his life, which I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume is not his dragon, based on this picture, because the dragon looks alive and really, really scary. This is not the pet. Well, I'd probably pet it. This is why my husband is convinced that I am going to die by petting something that I should not. By the way, Mommy had her fawn super late in the season, and they're finally trusting me enough to let it eat out of my hand. So anyway, Khan, he took a very healthy approach to his anger, which was not to pet the dragon. And instead, he took off the head of a king and took his crown, melted it down, and made it into another crown for himself. That's how he dealt with that. Now he's on this quest to deal with this ache in his chest, which apparently he follows to the jail where Rave is. So I'm gonna assume fated mate something what. And together they're just going on seeking out truths that threaten to unravel everything they know about their world and each other. Oh, pretty. We're getting a masquerade ball. I think. Or it's an identity hiding thing. Next up, I was meant to unbox these last month and miss them under the giant pile of packaging. So that's not embarrassing at all. It's the Empirium Trilogy by Claire Legrand. The first one is Furyborn. Then we have Kingsbane, and then we have Lightbringer. This one actually sounds really interesting to me. Let me know if you've read it. So here's our cover. Here's our author, who looks like a slightly surly Emma Watson as Hermione Granger. Tell me I'm wrong. Who also looks fabulous in that color? I am stronger than any flame that burns. Arya now. So this is one of those like dual timelines, 2 stories. I can't wait to see how they overlap kind of things. When I read historical fiction, my favorite ones are almost always the ones that have like present timeline, past timeline, that somehow have like a part of the story that overlaps. What am I doing? So here is naked hardback of the first one. So our first lady starts off with a story that's not super great. We have one of those assassins ambushed her bestie kind of days. He happens to be the crown prince, so you know, I can understand why there are assassins after him, but unfortunately this forces Riel to reveal something about herself, to kind of risk everything to save him, and in doing so she reveals she has all 7 elemental powers, which sounds kind of cool, but the only people who should have all 7 of these powers are a pair of prophesied queens. Still not sounding too bad, but in order to be the Queen of Light or the Queen of Blood, and they think she's the Sun Queen, she must endure 7 trials to test her magic. We do love our trials in these books, don't we? Now, if she fails, she dies, either in the trials or she gets like executed. It's rough. You don't really want to be in this position. I can see why she was hiding those powers, although if she has all 7 powers, you think she'd be okay. Oh, same artwork back and front, and here's the side. We also have 1,000 years later, when Riel is a legend. We don't know how her story ends, but she's a legend for it. Go Riel. I am the shore and you are the sea, my darling. Okay, we've heard that cliche before. Try harder. We have our next girl who considers Queen Riel a bit of a fairy tale, Eliana. She's a bounty hunter. So, I'm not sure how into fairy tales she is, but hey. So apparently the Undying Empire, whatever that is, conquered her lands, and in order to keep her family safe, this Eliana chick decided she was going to embrace violence to keep her family safe. That's a choice. I guess, what are you gonna do? Me personally, not embrace violence, but I guess that's her choice. She considers herself pretty much untouchable until someone kidnaps her mother. So don't you hate it when they prove you wrong? And so she joins a rebel captain in order to find her mother, and discovers that the evil at the heart of the empire is more dangerous and awful than she could have even possibly imagined. Oh, same with front and back. Are they all signed? Let's see. Nope, just the first. Oh, yes, they are. I lied to all of you, or maybe these are digital. I don't remember anymore. I'm sorry. Do they look the same? No, they do not. Apparently these two are fighting in some cosmic war. I'm guessing one's the Sun Queen, one is the Blood Queen, and this war spans millennia. We love to see it. And their stories are eventually going to intersect. Here's the 3rd book, Lightbringer. Maybe this is where they finally intersect. Don't ask me. I don't know. Again, have not read it. But the connections between them will ultimately be the thing that decides their fate, and the fate of, can you say it with me? The world. It's always the fate of the world, isn't it? Occasionally the universe if we're really reaching, but you never know. Lovely. Let's see what those sides all look like together, because I'm super curious. The bottom looks cool together too. The top, meh. The bottom looks, well, that's kind of cool. I lied. Sun's rays come together. And then we get this side. Oh, that's really heavy. Holy cow. Okay. That was exciting. So these are books 2 and 3 in Holly Renee's series, A Kingdom of Stars and Shadows. I thought the first book was like, okay. Then I saw these were like low in stock and I got FOMO. It was like, oh, I don't remember why I didn't like it. And I think I might have just been salty, so it wasn't as spicy as I thought it was going to be, which it's probably gonna build. So I decided to pick these up anyway. So this is about a girl who is destined to marry a crown prince, but she isn't super into the crown prince. She is into his half-brother, who is not really an option for her, and yet he is like whispering dark, dirty, naughty things in her ear. He is darkness and sin, and like she's all mad at herself because basically the thoughts she's having are like akin to treason-ish, you know? And her dreams make her feel really like a traitor to the kingdom, which, I mean, yeah, that's pretty bad. This is book 2, A Kingdom of Blood and Betrayal. I don't remember how it ends. So that's always fun. I like the poppy colors. I remember hating the designs in the beginning, and now I think because so many of my books look so similar, I like it. Ooh. And then the kingdom is attacked and she has to make a bunch of choices that she really doesn't want to, and she basically has to like betray the kingdom or betray her heart. I love these custom tip-in pages. Wow. Tell me you're gonna do matching ones in this. Are these both signed? I hope that, Okay, semi-spoilers. I don't know which guy this is, but if you don't want to know anything about A Kingdom of Venom and Vows, skip ahead now. You had your warning. I warned you. The art's the same in the back, and I love these tip-in pages with my whole heart. So I think there's one more book in the series. I'm kind of really excited to read this now. I don't want to read the quotes just because I feel like quotes as you go on in the series can get a little, I don't want to give too much away for you or me. So I don't remember why I didn't like this book. I was terrible about writing notes in reviews before. I'm trying to get better. That will benefit everyone in the future, won't it? Okay, and then the last one, which I was really hoping to unwrap these in time, be a really magical readathon, but this is Naomi Novik's Scalomance series, and I was hoping to get to read this in September, but maybe I'll still fit it in the fall somewhere. Look how beautiful this is. I cannot believe I have not read this series yet. I know, it is really sad. That is such a pretty purple. So this is about a school of magic called the Scalomance, where apparently there aren't teachers. They're on holidays. Friendships are purely strategic. I would hate this school so much. And the odds of survival are, I quote, never equal. And this is another one where, hello, fourth wing, graduate or die could be their school motto. That's fantastic. I don't think there are dragons, though. Maybe there are. Hang on, because there are monsters lurking around every corner. Elle is uniquely prepared for the school because apparently she's really, really, really freaking powerful. Please meet Elle. She doesn't have allies, but she doesn't need them. That's how powerful Elle is. Like, we're talking leveling mountains, wiping out millions. Like, it's not even like, yay at this point. It's like, oh god, run. And like, the thing is, she doesn't want to use her powers because those monsters I was talking about, remember, you have to like survive them. That's how you like get through the school, get out of the school. But if she does, she could like kill all the students too. We don't really want that. That's not really great either. Look how pretty the sprayed edges are. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. So she's basically trying to get through without using her powers unless she has no other choice. And that boy there, that guy's, I'm assuming is named Orion, because the quote on the back is, I decided that Orion needed to die after the second time he saved my life. I have so many questions. That is not a normal response. Elle. Can't wait. So this is A Deadly Education, lesson 1. Lesson 2 is The Last Graduate. I think this is a safe quote. If we could only destroy the whole place, we could save ourselves from ever having been here. Oh, cute. Okay, we got purple monsters for this one. That's cute to go with the book. For this one we got, looks like we're getting a green book, but we got orange-ish. Orange-ish creepy eyes. Yay. Here is the cover, very similar. No, not really. We're moving past the gates into the school. How fun for everyone. The monsters are getting closer in book 2. Oh, very different cover. Same back though. Oh, do we have different characters? It doesn't bode well for Elle and Orion, does it? We have a cool cross section though. We've got a map. I don't know if that's digital or hand signed. I love this. This is gonna be so meta on my bookshelves. Bookshelf print on my bookshelf. Oh, there's a letter in the first one. Got it. And then here is the last one, the Golden Enclaves. Looks like we're reaching the back of the library. I imagine it's always easier to do something monstrous if you can convince yourself you aren't going to up to the last minute until you do. Oh, that's nice. And here is our last front cover. And it's Elle by herself. I guess she finally got Orion. And the other two students who've mysteriously disappeared. Is she one of them in the second? Oh, I guess that could be her. She's not wearing her pretty necklace. Maybe she is. I guess that's her. She just looks slightly less dour. I'm concerned for this girl. Let's see what they all look like together. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. I think I might put these on my Dark Academia shelves instead of in with my special editions, just because those shelves are so boring. They're all like black and white, which is not surprising, but they could use some color. And then I think the last pre-order that came in is the third book in the Elf Queen series by J.M. Curl. I loved the first book in this series. The third book, I'm really glad that I arranged my special editions by rainbow order because this bugs me. Hang on. Same, right? Matching. Yeah. Now all of a sudden, bronze? Why? It's not even the same font. I mean, it's cute that they made it into a crown, but you're changing. I'm bothered. Anyway, it's still pretty. I'm still glad to have it. I haven't read the second book yet. I'm excited to because I really, really liked the first book. It was just so much fun. It's like, this is such a classic fantasy series. We've got a girl hiding away from this dark-haired warrior king who's determined to marry her. Her name is Layala. She blames him for the death of her parents. He finally finds her one day. He shows up in this coach drawn by these 6 black horses, and he's got his men around him, and they're all best friends, and he treats them like equals, and it's he's clearly this amazing guy, okay, not this villain, and she is just not having it. She's cranky, she's angry. It's close proximity. I think we got the 1 horse trope. I think we got the 1 bed trope at one point. It's everything I loved about fantasy. It hits all the classic stuff, and he is earning every inch. She is forced to give him, we've got the bathing in nature scene, and he's trying to be a good guy, and their chemistry is off the charts. It's that. It's all that. And I loved it so much. It's supposedly inspired by Hades and Persephone, which is always one of my favorite inspirations. I think it always overlaps with Beauty and the Beast when you have those retellings, but it also has a hint of Norse mythology. It's so good. I loved it. I'm really excited to continue on in the series now that I'm talking about it more. But here is the third book. One of the things that I love that they do, so Fate calls the Elf Queen, but Fate calls the Elf King. They always have it reversed on the back, which I think is just so cute. The insides are never wild or anything, but they have the custom tip-in pages. The sprayed edges are always really pretty. And our reverse dust jacket. Now I'm really getting the Hades and Persephone thing. They look all together. You can't tell me that's not pretty. They won't be together on my shelves. That's pretty. Red Star, Red Moon. I'm curious to see where this series is going. And last but not least, I picked up Ummi by S.J. Jones. This is the second book in the Guardians of the Dawn series. No, I haven't read Zara yet, but that just sounds so cute to me that I didn't want to miss out on the sequel. I'm just convinced I'm gonna love it for some reason. So I did decide to pick this up, and look how pretty. It sounds so magical. They're kind of 2 standalones. Zara is described as a mix of Sailor Moon meets Cinder, neither of which means anything to me, but from what I can tell, it's sort of got this Cinderella twist going on there. It's about a girl who lives with her mean stepmother and is trying to take care of her blind younger sister and to keep her magical gifts under control and deal with these rumors of monsters who are kind of re-emerging all over the place. But she accidentally bumps into this guy who is part of this organization called the Guardians of the Dawn, and they are a secret magical liberation organization. Gotta love that. There's a mysterious plague going around transforming magicians, I don't know, her into monsters, and they think there's this demon responsible. Somehow it's up to Zara to discover this elemental warrior within to help restore peace and balance, and me is a part of that world too. This apparently is another retelling. I guess each book is going to be kind of a fairy tale retelling in the world. This is the Beauty and the Beast take. So her dad is arrested from stealing from the sacred grounds, and she agrees to work with the Beast to help try and find a cure for the blight that is plaguing their harvest. Now, the Beast is the new guardian of fire, but she is afraid her magic is no match for the growing height of undead. Yikes. And she thinks she needs the Guardian of Wood to help her defeat what's going on. Oh, what is the style of art called? Maiden who is loved by death. So it might sound Beauty and the Beast to me. I'm getting Hades and Persephone, but like I just said, weirdly, those two often have a lot of overlap. So very curious to see about this. From what I've heard, these are pretty YA, but done well. I can very happily read YA, and hey, I've got a 5-year-old. She's gonna want to read them eventually. Finally, we are into the monthly book, so let's just jump right in. Let's jump from very YA to probably smut. This month there was an add-on option, and okay, here's the deal with me and Penelope Douglas. I've only read Corrupt. We didn't get along well. I thought she wrote Sugar Daddies. She did not. So I actually haven't read one by her that I love. So this is going to be an interesting month for me. But I did get the add-on, and I'm definitely more excited to read not the add-on. I thought it was a sequel, so I panicked, and it turns out they're just in the same world. And the add-on, fun for me, is a bully romance. So I'm a little nervous because bully romance is definitely not my favorite. I like crazy. She can be fire or ice. I don't care. I just need her to be one of them. And even better if it's both. But we'll be reading about Olivia Clay, all the tension, obsessed in my feels, enemies to lovers forever, that's hot, favorite quotes, Jaeger Brothers, and character descriptions. So this is a girl and girl bully romance, which I haven't read before. I don't know if it'll make me feel better or worse, but maybe it'll finally scratch that itch for Mean Girls after all these years. I don't know. This takes place in Marymount, where all the girls are good girls. We're talking uniformed, smart, talented, never a hair out of place. And that's not quite as true for Olivia, whose skirt's always a little too short, whose lipstick is always a little too red, and who comes from the wrong side of the tracks. And she is tortured by Clay and her popular clique. Clay, however, uses her to scratch one very particular little itch, and thinks Olivia will continue to do so, no questions asked. She kind of thinks it doesn't count so long as she's doing that stuff with another girl. But Olivia's like, disagree. And when I'm done with you, you'll never be able to consider yourself pure. Kind of sounds hot, not gonna lie. And I definitely like this cover better than the original. So, and this month's book was 5 Brothers by Penelope Douglas. And the 5 brothers, I'm guessing, are Christian, Krisjen, Macon, Army, Army, Iron, Dallas, and Trace. Spice Baby. Favorite quotes, found fan vibes, and oh, my heart. Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna get used a ton. So we've got our stickers, we've got our tabs, and don't ask me what I'm reading. No, do ask me what I'm reading. All right. They're wild, we hide everything. They're poor, we're not. They're swamp, we're saints. So we get a little letter in here, but apparently this is not like sign, which is a bummer. This is apparently not full Y choose. She does pick a brother in the end, which really irks me a lot. But this comes after Tryst 6th Venom. And apparently, probably Smut did not love these editions very much because they said, let's cut to the chase. We don't feel the finish of these book covers are up to our standards, but we didn't have time to fix them in a timely manner. So we sent you page overlays to make up for it, which is really nice. And they even included where to put them, which, you know what? You would think would be pretty basic, but most book boxes actually fail to include that. So here they are. I assume this is book 1, and I assume this is book 2. So we've got Macon, the ex-Marine, Army, a single dad. Not where you thought that was going, huh? Iron, who's soon going to prison. Dallas, the one our one girl hates. And Trace, no one can tame him for long. Our main girl comes from the right side of the tracks. She is rich. She lives in a big house. She's never dirty or messy or hot there, and she will return to the right side of the tracks after one more night on the wrong side of the tracks, crying on their couch. That is when one of the brothers sees her there and wraps his arms around her, but she's pretty sure it was not her ex, Trace. Don't pick the one going to jail. I don't think conjugal visits sound like much fun. This is my second month getting Afterlight from Illumicrate. This month was amuse-bouche, a little tempting delight for my taste buds, called The Pairing by Casey McQuiston. Here is our letter from her and our artwork that comes with it, and I am sorry to say that I have already read this book. I'm not sorry to say that, but I am sorry to say that I did not love this. Loved Red, White, and Royal Blue, 5 stars. Loved One Last Stop, 5 stars. This, oh man. We're not talking about her YA one either. This one, it wasn't great either. I am really sorry to say, which is a shame because this edition, really pretty. What's it about? This is about Theo and Kit, who break up in the stupidest place possible, an airplane on a transatlantic flight on their way to like a 3-week food and wine tour through the most romantic cities in Europe. Theo goes back to the United States, where she's now currently training to be a sommelier. Kit becomes the sex god of his pastry class and is now working in a Michelin star restaurant. It is now 48 months later. Well, 47, because their vouchers are about to expire. What vouchers last for 4 years? You tell me? You can't, because they don't exist anyway. They both decide separately at the exact same time to go take advantage of these vouchers, because who's going to waste a beautiful vacation like that? No one. So they both go at the same time and see each other for the first time in 4 frickin' years. Of course they do. They're on this adventure. They go through cities. The best part by far is the meandering trip through Europe. The food descriptions are absolutely, unbelievably phenomenal, okay? The wine descriptions, delightful. The venue descriptions, fun. The stuff they get to do together, also so much fun. What are they doing while they're there? Well, they decide they're going to start out with a bet on who can first sleep with their Italian tour guide, who is super freaking hot, might I add, and then up the ante and see who can sleep with the most people, period, because they're both bisexual. So, fair playing field. The problem with this book was how meandering it was. And while I enjoy parts of that, because it felt like that's how a trip through Europe sort of would be, meandering through time, as in, oh, do you remember this? Now we're actually going back in time. Oh, now we're in present again. That wasn't particularly enjoyable, and also the reason that they broke up. I hate misunderstandings, and the way that played out turned out to be so ridiculous. These two should have never broken up in the first place, and I just found the book in general frustrating. Frustrating. Let's do another mistake that I made, and that was Fairyloot's Romantasy book. I thought I had signed up to put my boxes together already for the YA Adult and Romantasy. No, I just signed up for the waitlist to do that, Kristen, you dumb moron. So, I do indeed have another edition of Bonded by Thorns from Elizabeth Helen. I don't need another edition of Bonded by Thorns, because none will ever beat the one by Moonlight Book Box. But here I sit. I will say it's pretty. I will say I like her dress. I will say I would wear it, but that holds true for everything in Moonlight as well, and we know the artwork's not going to be as spectacular. I am extremely proud of Fairyloot doing a Why Choose Romantasy in their box. So props to them for that. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, in case you could not have guessed it. Oh, I didn't know Elizabeth Helen was actually a writing duo. How cute are they together? Are we lovers or friends? Sisters! One human woman, 4 fey princes, a villain from below, an unbreakable bond. I am not that clever. I am reading that to you from the reverse dust jacket. This is about Rosie, whose father, of course, causes all the problems, because fathers very rarely do anything right in fantasy novels. Has anyone ever noticed that? Do any parents do things right in fantasy novels? Meh. Anyway, she's living in Orca Cove. When her dad goes to the Enchanted Vale, the land of the Fae, she locates him, discovers he's been imprisoned, and has no choice but to take his place. That is pretty, and has that nice, like, fabric-y feel. I do love that. There's a little ASMR for the day. Actually, that's really unpleasant to listen to, I think. Sorry. Ooh, how tragic for her, because she gets to enjoy her time with not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Fae princes. And every night they take the shape of, wait for it, demonic wolves. That's a fun new one. And with every year that passes, more of their magic fades away. How are they going to break their curse, you ask? Well, if the princes can each find their mate, they break the curse and free their realm. Ta-da! And Rosie, well, she's convinced that she is the one that every single one of them is meant to be with. And I would like you to know that, especially before my husband stopped wearing glasses, you darken those eyes, you darken that hair, you make them slightly floppier and a little more impossible to work with. And that's kind of what I'm married to. Well, Harry Potter. He's very handsome. Apparently this is very spicy. Their characters are very morally gray, and there is a sinfully hot villain. I want 4 Prince Charmings, but I'm happy with my one. I'm very curious to know about this one, who's, I assume this is one of the princes, not the villain, because it'd be pretty mean to only show 4 of the princes, but why can't we see him? So Rosie is going to have a really good time in this castle. I'm just so impressed they're doing a Why Choose. Let's do Adult Owlcrate. I'm pretty excited for this one. I've heard really good things about T. Kingfisher, but I've also heard really creepy things about T. Kingfisher. A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking. That was T. Kingfisher. So I can handle YA by T. Kingfisher. This is Sorceress Comes to Call. This is based on The Goose Girl. And the letter from T. Kingfisher, right in the front, is like, all fairy tales are weird, but the goose girl is weirder than most. The titular geese aren't even all that important. It's mostly about a girl getting advice from a talking horse skull standing in for her dead mother. Like, I'm freaked out already. Thank you, T. Kingfisher. All I needed to do was read like the first 2 sentences of your letter, and I am already concerned that I can't handle your book based on the goose girl. And here are the geese. You're welcome. Enjoy the geese. I'm probably gonna have nightmares. I am not Falada. I am not her creature. I do not belong to her. Now I'm confused because this is about a girl named Cordelia, and she knows her mom is unusual. It's weird that their house doesn't have any doors. There are no secrets. She knows that it's weird she's not allowed to have friends. Cordelia, she knows that most girls don't have to sit still for like hours, days at a time. That's weird. Oh, and she's so young. Pretty horse. The only day that she really gets to enjoy herself and feel free is when she's riding her mother's horse named Falada. We love Falada. I think I'm saying that right. I have no real idea. Pretty Falada. And then one day there's like a murder like one town over, and her mom's like, yo, we gotta go. And we're gonna go into the squire and his sister, Hester. And they're really nice to Cordelia and her mom. And the mom's like gonna marry the squire. But everyone knows this is bad news for the squire and his sister. And Cordelia's like really happy for the very first time and doesn't want them to be her mommy's next victims. So now she needs to figure out how she's going to help these people. And Hester, thankfully, is kind of on her side and knows something weird is up too, and also wants to protect Cordelia. No one's rooting for the sorceress. On regents, their uses, and the alchemical work that may be done with them. Great chaos is unleashed when a sorcerer dies. I guess we got our horse head on the back. Can you see it? Oh dear. Let's see if we have different. Oh dear. Well, this isn't good. Falada's having a very bad day in the back, and I'm very concerned. I would just like you to know that I have no idea where Owlcrate or Arcane are this month, or Fabled, for that matter. They're not here. Bookish Box, however, sent 2 months, May and June 2024. They're slowly catching up, but last time I opened 2 in a month, I didn't have any for the next month, so I'm gonna hold off on the June one, and I'm just gonna open the May one. So let's see what they sent us. First up, we have the Ethereal's Duology Book 1. Oh, at least it's only a duology. This is pretty cool. This is by Alison Carr Wachter. Look how cool this is. We have the cutouts here. I love it when they do these. Like, this can't be easy to do. Look at that. That's really pretty. So, our tropes here. We've got star-crossed lovers, found family, forgotten memories, animal companions, fae, immortal, and witches. Oh my. You must see your end before you can return to the beginning. Sorry, that is really hard to read. Let's see what this is about. Okay, this is about Mina Wildfang. That is name and a half, who wakes up in a dark hole beneath the sea and her memories have been erased. Well, Mina's having a really craptastic day. I'm sorry to hear that, Mina, but it looks like your day is going to get a lot better real fast. The one thing she remembers is who imprisoned her. Okay. Her family. Getting worse. The only thing she wants to get out, revenge. Nope. Okay, we all want revenge. Everybody wants revenge. Nobody in any of these books is just like willing to forgive and forget. But when she escapes, someone has burned her home to the ground with her family inside. She's done. Book over. The end. Revenge check. Mina decides if she cannot have vengeance, she will have the truth. That feels fair. All Ashbourne Claymore wants is to live an honest life as a private investigator. Okay, you do that, Ashbourne. We love that for you. He can't remember his past and doesn't want to. When a mysterious new client asks him to murder a woman named Mina Wildfang did not see this coming, he staunchly refuses. Good for you, buddy. But he cannot help but be curious, okay, same art in the back and front, about the woman he was asked to assassinate. When the two were drawn together by a series of otherworldly flyers plaguing the city, did you ask the Phoenix about the fires? The similarities between them are too much to ignore. Desire lights a flame that rivals the inferno coming for them. Oh, fun. Can they survive the heat, or will they succumb to the ghosts of their past? Why are there bunnies? Why are bunnies the choice we're making for the side of this book? Okay, that is what I would like to know. It's like bunnies and smoke and flame. Run, bunnies, run! Oh, nice tip in page though. But like, there better be a crap ton of bunnies. Like, they better just like have pet bunnies everywhere. She better turn into a freaking bunny at some point. No, yes, okay, thank you. And wow, did they go hard for this one. Okay. The adult book. Pirates. Found family, one bad, enemies to lovers, and dystopia. Okay. Devil in the Deep Blue Sea by Stacey Marie Brown. Look at this. They did the full-on, like, slip cover. Like, look at that. They went so hard. See, this is why I wait for Bookish Box. Yes, they take forever. Once you start getting books, though, you do get something every month. And look at this. Oh, look how cute this is. Okay, we got ship on an ocean, underneath the sea, and night sky. Come on, that's adorable. Oh, this is both books in one. Okay, this is very cool. All right, let me see if I can find the title pages for both. So we've got Silver Tongue Devil and Devil in Boots. We get the whole duology in one book. That's kind of amazing. I love you so much right now, Bookish Box. Oh, look at the tip-in page, too. Like, they went so hard for this. All right, let's tell you what this is about. So basically got two rival pirates. We've got one who is finally returning to the sea. He is known as the Silver-Tongue Devil, and he has been hearing all about this lady pirate who's challenging his claim as the king of pirates. And she is known as Puss in Boots. How cute is that? Or dirty. It's both. She has a bone to pick with the Silver-Tongue Devil and wants revenge against him and will stop at nothing to get it. But apparently they're fae, they've been apart for centuries, they're now forced back together. There's that whole like love-hate thin line attraction thing. And what ends up happening is they need to come together to hunt down this substance called the nectar, which everyone in the whole wide world is trying to hunt down. And it is like the most powerful and wanted object in the whole wide world. And if they don't work together, they'll never get it. Ish. Kill or be killed, dead men tell no tales. That's the tagline we're working with here. I'm far more interested in this artwork here. Good God, is that even like safe to show you? They're hot. Oh, they look like they're in love at the end. At least with the artwork later on. You see that in the background, right? Like, way to bury the lead. Guess they only need one boat, but that is impressive, right? Next up, let's do my favorite. We all know how very happy I am to be a moonbeam. Look at that, come on. So this is threaded by Tay Rose. No, this was not a matter of pride. This was a matter of taking back power from men who never deserved to wield it. Girl, head to Washington, D.C. yesterday. Oh, this is so hard to catch. There we go. Ish. That is pretty. There's the side, which is impossible to catch. It's just the title. Like, it's just the title. It's fine. In a world where magic means servitude, being giftless is a blessing. Ah, one of those worlds. All right. So, Mariah, she is about to hit her 21st birthday. It's supposed to mean freedom from expectations, from scrutiny, from the stupid oppressive lord that was reigning over her hometown. But then the queen is like, hey, I'm gonna summon you to court. So guess what? You're not free. You get to come down over here and you have no choice in the matter. Guess who has magical powers? She has no choice but to follow through. So our poor girl gets stuck going to a world of cutthroat politics, courtly drama, which sounds like fun to read about, but probably not so much fun to partake in. Secret rituals, though. I mean, well, depends on the ritual. And she also gets to deal with the terrifying hidden magic that was awakened in her veins. Enjoy that in visual form. God, their artwork is so freaking pretty. Oh, and it's on that amazing art paper again. We are so spoiled. Meanwhile, there's this like brooding, disgraced royal heir lurking around in the back, and he has been assigned to like not serve her but guard her. We love a royal guard trope, don't we? And he, for some reason, hates her, but he also can't like stay away. You know, I know you know, I know you know. And the kingdom is like kind of not doing that great. Its balance is like shifting, crumbling, and Mariah's freedom is like getting further and further away. She can see it escaping, literally, like, away from her. So relationships blossom. We'll just let you enjoy that blossoming. Did you see look at that expression on her face. Did you see the dagger? Did you see the dagger? So relationships blossom, schemes are unearthed, gods are awakened, and yet her heart may be in the biggest trouble of all. Of course it is. I'm so excited for this. Moonlight, you never disappoint. You never disappoint. Love is a weakness, but will fate weave a different thread? Threaded. I get it now. Always read the little card they send. All right, let's see what is in our big Fairyloot box. Okay, so young adult, we have, oh, I was looking forward to this one. Okay, The Girl with No Reflection by Cash Chow. So this is about Princess Ying, who believed in love once. She even gets chosen to marry the prince. This sounds like a great way to continue that dream, doesn't it? No, not in the fantasy world often, right? We always know there's a catch when that is the first sentence. Her husband-to-be is cold and indifferent, and in fact decides to lock her away in a room with no explanation as to why. And then there are all these like rumors about his last 7 brides who all mysteriously disappeared after their own weddings. We're gonna hope they're in 7 other mysterious rooms locked away, because that feels like the best outcome at this point. Oh, koi. We have a koi pond. Don't ask about the fish. We had an incident with a very large heron. So what is she gonna do in this room but look in the mirror? And she starts seeing things out of the corner of her eyes and the reflection that dart in the room with her, which is never a great sign. But you know what? On the night of her wedding, she sort of shatters this barrier between this world and the next world, a gateway, if you will, and she winds up in the mirror world. And now what's going on in there is kind of interesting, because it has sentient reflections. That's right, they talk back. This happens to you in the real world. Seek help. In this world, however, the mirror prince is charming and kind and loving, and before you know it, she falls in love with him. Can you blame a girl? I mean, really, can you blame a girl? Unfortunately, she soon discovers that these 2 worlds have this really, like, bloody past, and all the brides who came before her discovered the rules too late. Yay. So, girl, no reflection. I am guessing you do not want to become your reflection. That's probably bad. Really curious to know what the koi fish are about, though. I'm sure there's some symbolism there. It's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, though. It is like 500 pages. That's a lot of time in a mirror. From Fairyloot, we also have Villains Assemble. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about this one by Sarah Reese Brennan. The cover alone has me concerned. I can't handle this book. It sounds a little bit more like an eviler version of the villain's assistant. Long live evil, everyone. Okay, this is very much what the original cover looks like. Just a little more like punchy, metallic, bloody. A story for anyone who's ever fallen for the villain. See, that's the tagline that got me. So this is about a girl, Ray, who loved books, and she finds out she's dying, so she gets a second chance at living by making a magical bargain to go live in her favorite fantasy series. First of all, I can never choose. I hope they magically know what my favorite fantasy series is and do like an analysis of my brain, because that is the only way I would choose before dying. That's it. Okay, I would die trying. But when she wakes up in a castle on the edge of a hellish chasm, in a kingdom on the brink of war, what is this book, right? Home to dangerous monster scheming courtiers and her favorite fictional character, the once and forever emperor. Mistborn vibes. Anyone. He is impossibly alluring, as only fictional men can be. Well, alright, now we're not gonna argue. But in this fantasy world, she discovers she's not the heroine. She's the villainess, but a really freaking hot villainess. Long live evil indeed. Oh, Time of Iron, the once and forever emperor. Here is the book. We are now about to enter with her. That's really cute. That's really cute. Or did he write it? That's where the author usually goes. Okay, whatever. This is cute. This is cute. Longing for revenge. What do you have to be mad about? She gets to live, when she was going to die, in her favorite book. Why are you angry? This is everyone's fantasy. You're living everyone's fantasy. Literally. And she's not just the villainess, she is the villainess in the Emperor's Tale. Oh no. Well, enemies to lovers, right? But she says screw it. So freaking be it. The wicked are better dressed, and they have better one-liners, even if they're doomed to bad ends. So she assembles wildly disparate villains under her leadership. Here is our assembled villains. Okay, we have an axe-wielding maid. No, not yet. A shining knight with dark moods. Check. A homicidal bodyguard. I'm gonna assume. Okay, there we go. Yay. Oh, there's the axe-wielding maid. questions about the next one. And a playboy spy master with a golden heart and a filthy reputation. We have more characters than we have descriptors, so I'm assuming one of these is the once and forever emperor, and then big giant question mark. As the body count rises and the emperor's fury increases, it seems Rey and her allies may not survive to see the final page. Yeah, well, you know what? Don't anger the main character, right? Have you tried just like seducing him? Maybe don't be the villainess. You probably have a say in what you do, right? I don't know how it works, but oh, we do get artwork here too. Cool. Now onto the boxes of goodies, where I will inevitably be confused by something small, metallic, plastic. Owlcrate, let's do you first. A banana hammock? You are probably not. A travel mug tote bag for your drinks while you embark on your travels, inspired by the Hurricane Wars. No more Hurricane Wars. I hated the Hurricane Wars. Okay, speaking of drinks, our key bottle opener. Well, I'm guessing this is it. Is this a travel mirror? This is extraordinarily useful. Look at this. This is very nice. I totally approve. Only blood can rewrite blood. Everything comes with a price. This is every book I've ever read. Be sure to look your best, even on your travels, by using our evocation-inspired keychain mirror. I can't wait to read this. This is on my TBR this month. This is adorable. This is actually really useful. How's my makeup holding up? Are my eyelashes coming off? Oh my freaking god, they are. I will kill someone. Wow. This is YouTube at its most glamorous. Lifestyles of the stupid and glamorous over here. Apparently need to buy a new lash glue. Owlcrate. Perfect pairings. Good Omens based on Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. Did Neil Gaiman do something stupid lately? I feel like he did. Oh, and a very unwieldy key. Key bottle opener. Depicts the beautiful gothic aesthetic of One Dark Window. Sure it does. Be wary, be clever, be good. And finally, this is probably glass. Let's not shake it. There's a lot of eyes looking at me right now. Why are there eyes looking at me right now? Lord of the Rings. Bowl, ceramic bowl collection. Oh, yeah, even I would have gotten that had I looked in the bowl. Oh, that's Elvish, right? Even I've seen that before. No, I'm not a Lord of the Rings girl, sorry. And what is our book? Castle of the Cursed. Romina Garber. This looks creepy AF. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, no. This sounds actually really not YA. I'm super curious to read this. So this is Estella, whose parents have just been like, removed from the planet forcefully, and she has like really bad survivor's guilt, and she really wants to solve their case. She's also kind of like losing her grip on reality just a little. So when she gets this invitation from her aunt to go live in this Spanish castle, yeah, you heard me, castle. Yeah, just pause, castle, right? La Sombra, it's like an ancestral castle too, so like family still. She goes, and beneath its gothic exterior, there are a ton of family secrets. We got very cool stained windows, which I assume are possibly what she's saying. Then we got night sky. More stained glass effects though. Very cool. Moon phases. Alright. Always down for moon phase. And she's finding secrets that might be linked to her parents' past. And then things sort of take this supernatural turn. Are we sure? Because remember, losing grip on reality. Are we totally sure? See, she meets this enthralling silver-eyed vampire that only she can see, named Sebastian. And she's convinced he's a hallucination. But he's like, no. I'm totally real. I've been trapped in the castle by your ancestors for like friggin' forever. Let's team up. As their investigation ignites, so does their romance. You saw it coming. But like, they're also really mistrustful of one another. One of them doesn't quite believe the other's real, so yeah, I buy it. So they've got mysteries piling up, and Estella starts to believe that the entire town of Oscuro, which I'm pretty sure translates to like shadows, is lying, and whoever is behind the attack has like followed her to Spain. Like, wow, that's commitment. And she's also pretty sure that like this suspect, they're kind of after her, and they've already found her too. Okay, there's a lot of Spanish on here. I don't remember my Spanish. Castle of Sorrows, no light in the shadows, something like that. Maybe there's translations in here. Oh, that does not look good. We are impossible, and that proves anything is possible. Only when you sacrifice everything will you have nothing to lose. This is gonna be an upper, isn't it? Why is she? Oh, Things are gonna take a turn, I think. Okay, cool. I'm intrigued. I'm not gonna lie. I'm intrigued. Interesting items this month. Finally, we've got Illumicrate. Ooh, look what she made me do. That is our theme for August. Our first thing is looking in, which has a coffin on it. That's nice. Oh, and looking out. Okay. Well, I like these a lot better, and we get 2 of them. Cute. Very Halloween themed. These might actually get used. I kind of love these. Looking out and looking in, snack bowls. Silver under nightfall. Nope, got nothing. Next up, peanut butter. It's my Yorkie's name. Alliance of Enemies packing cubes. Inspired by Bride. Okay, yep. Okay, there it is. It clicked. Packing cubes. What kind of traveler do you think I am? Because it's not a light one. That's actually useful. That's actually really cute. Baba Yaga pill organizer. Inspired by One for My Enemy by Olive E. Blake. Yeah, no, I could not fit my daily medications in here. This is for healthy people. That's nice. I could fit my morning medications in here. That's cute though. The actual, that's intense. That's really heavy. What is this from? Oria's Blade replica from The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Wow! Maybe I don't want to read that series as much as I thought I did. That's a terrifying little weapon you got there, Oriah. Okay. Okay, so we have, our book of the month is Mistress of Lies by K.M. Enright. That is elegant. This is about Shan. She is the daughter of a disgraced blood worker. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but she has spent her entire life perfecting her blood magic, making sure she has a network of spies, gathering every scrap of power she can, all so she can protect her brother. In order to do that, she also has to assassinate her dad so she can take his place at the head of their family, so she can begin the plans for her revenge. That is commitment, Shan. And then we've got Samuel Hutchinson. We're really changing names here, but okay, cool. Now, he has a terrible gift, okay? Not only is he an illegitimate son, which is unfortunate in general, he has spent his life trying to avoid the magical world, but unfortunately he stumbles upon the first victim of a magical serial killer. Boy, that'll try you in, won't it? And now he's stuck, getting pulled into that world of magic and sorcery he's worked so hard to avoid, and is sort of pulled smack dab. Bottom and top are a little scratched, but that's okay. The edges are very cool. Very mysterious. It's the bloodthirsty court of the Vampire King, but you know what? If this is what the court looks like sign me the F up. Oh, look at this. This aesthetic is... Oh, I always forget they actually do a cohesive theme. Anyway. These two and a mysterious royal blood worker are tasked with discovering the identity of this mysterious serial killer. Okay, that's what the Vampire King wants them to do. But Shan, even as she's growing closer to Sam, we see it, her plans are treacherous regardless. And poor Sam just has to decide if, the good of their nation is worth the good of his soul, and, that is setting aside Shan's, treachery and revenge and all that good stuff. Oh, man. Oh, who is this? Is this the blood worker and Sam? Sam and the Vampire King? Who is this? Oh, what is going on here? What is going on here? Ooh, I need to read this. Who is that? Why does he have spiky things on his fingers? What are those? That must be the blood worker. How they get blood? I don't know. Is this a throuple thing? No, I really want to read this. Is this signed? It is. Okay. You have intrigued me. Oh, K.M. Enright currently lives in New Jersey with his husband and plays too many video games and listens to Broadway musicals. He's a weird combination of me and my husband. Guess which one I do. Well, that is it for me. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this book unboxing. I would like to say that these are gonna get shorter, but they're just not at this point. This is just my thing, my hobby, my epic book unboxings. If you stayed through to the end, wow, you're amazing. You're a champ. I hope you heard about some books that you were interested in, maybe saw some new book boxes you want to check out. I will let you get back to your book, and I'll be getting back to mine. If you're participating in the Aurelium Readathon, I hope you're having a great semester. Let me know what you are reading down below. Let me know what your favorite books in the haul were today. Let me know what your favorite book boxes are. Whether you are subscribed or not, I'm always curious. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!